This lecture will help you to understand testing of hypothesis for two population means for z-test when the standard deviation of both populations are unknown. In my earlier video I have addressed when the standard deviation of both populations are known, and I have also made several videos on z-test and hypothesis testing, formulation of hypothesis, type 1 error, type 2 error, critical reason, 2-tail test, 1-tail test, and more video relating to hypothesis. Those videos are available in description box, and also subscribe to my Vision Academy YouTube channel for further more videos relating to statistics. Then let us know the formula that we use to calculate z-test when the difference of two population means and in that standard deviation of both population are unknown. In the z-test, while you are addressing difference of two population means when standard deviation are unknown of both population, you have to use this formula. When you do not know the standard deviation of both population, you can calculate sample standard deviation of respected population. If the sample standard deviation is given directly, you can consider and using this formula. So z is equal to x bar minus y bar. Here x bar and y bar are a mean of population 1 and population 2, and in the denominator within square root, variance 1 and variance 2, standard deviation within the bracket, and which would be divided by n1 and n2, which is the sample size of population 1 and population 2. Using this formula, we will calculate z-test for difference of two population means when standard deviation of both population are unknown. Then let us look into the problem for which we can give a solution. So here we have a problem. This problem actually based on a university exam, classes. A university conducts both face-to-face and distance mode of classes for a particular courses intended both to be identical. So a university conducting face-to-face exam, face-to-face class and distance mode classes for a particular course. So in each mode, which means face-to-face and distance mode, some sample have been taken. So a sample of 50 students of face-to-face mode yield examination result of mean and standard deviation respectively. In face-to-face mode, from a sample of 50 students, mean examination result is 80.4 and standard deviation is 12.8. And also one more sample I have taken from the distance mode of 100 sample size, which yield a mean and standard deviation of their exam results in the same course respectively. So mean of distance mode examination result is 74.3 and mean of distance mode examination result standard deviation is 20.5. Now the question is, are both educational methods statistically equal at 5% level of significance? We have details regarding face-to-face mode of examination and distance mode of examination of respected sample, mean and standard deviation, and also from distance mode. Now we want to prove whether the both educational methods are statistically equal at 5% level of significance. Then we can test this using a hypothesis. Then for this, let us make a step-by-step approach. In the left side, I have copied the same problem to extract the information that are related to the formula. So we can extract. Here we have two form of examination result. One is face-to-face classes, one more is distance mode of classes. So let us denote face-to-face mode of classes sample size as n1 and distance mode of class sample size as n2. Then in the face-to-face mode of classes, we have taken 50 student sample, so n1 is 50, and in distance mode we have taken 100 student sample, so n2 is 100. Also we have mean of face-to-face exams result and mean of distance mode of exams result. So here x bar is mean of face-to-face exams result, that's 80.4, and y bar is mean of distance mode of exams result, that is 74.3. Also we do have sample standard deviation of both form of classes. So S1 is denoted by face-to-face exam result standard deviation, S2 is denoted by distance mode of examination result standard deviation. So face-to-face mode of exam standard deviation is 12.8, that's S1, and S2 is standard deviation of distance mode of exams result. So also we have 5% level of significance to test this hypothesis, that is 0.05. Then let us make a step-by-step approach to test this hypothesis. Firstly, we wanted to formulate the null and alternative hypothesis. Here we wish to test the both educational methods are statistically equal at 5% level of significance. Here mu1 and mu2 denote the face-to-face and distance mode of students respectively, and then our claim would be mu1 equal to mu2. So mu1 is face-to-face and mu2 is distance mode of classes, and they have asked us to test are the both education methods are statistically equal. So our claim would be mu1 equal to mu2, and as you know, its complement would be mu1 is not equal to mu2. Here, since claim contains equality sign, we can take the claim as null hypothesis, that is mu1 equal to mu2, which means there is no significant difference between face-to-face and distance mode of classes exams result, and complement as alternative hypothesis, that's mu1 not equal to mu2, which means there is a significant difference between face-to-face and distance mode of classes result. Also, we have to decide appropriate test statistics for this problem based on the given information. So we want to test the null hypothesis regarding two population means when standard deviation of both populations are unknown. So we should go for t-test if the population of difference is known to be normal. But it is not the case since sample size are larger, that's n1 and n2 are larger than 30. We can go for z-test. So for testing z-test we use this formula as I discussed it already, and these are the extracted information from the problem. I will apply these information to the formula. So here x bar is mean of face-to-face classes result, that is 80.4. So 80.4, and y bar is 74.3, y bar 74.3, and S1 is taken within the bracket because in the formula we want to convert it into variance. So 12.8 power 2 divided by n1. n1 face-to-face exams we have taken 50 student sample, so n1 is 50, and S2 standard deviation is 20.5, and sample of distance mode of classes is 100. Now I will simplify the problem. 80.4 minus 74.3, which would be, if you subtract 80.4 by 74.3, it will 6.1. In the denominator, 12.8 into 12.8 divided by 50, we will get 3.28, and 20.5 into 25 divided by 100, we will get 4.2. So in the next step, 6.1 will remain same, and 3.28 plus 4.2, square root of these added value, we will get 2.735. Then finally our z-test statistics would be 2.23. By this way we obtained the test statistics for z-test of difference of two population means. In the next step we want to obtain critical values, and we have to plot those critical values and test statistics in the graph. Then we can take a decision. Since our alternative hypothesis is a two-tiered, it is a two-tiered test and our alpha is 5%. Then let us see the critical values for alpha 5% for two-tiered test. So this is a table for critical values for z-test. Our significance level is 5%, that's 0.05, and we are testing for two-tiered test. So for alpha 0.05 for two-tiered test, our critical value is 1.96. Now I will plot critical value and tested value into the graph. Our critical value is 1.96 for 5% alpha, which is marked in the both side of the graph. The whole red shaded area is a critical region. So here after 1, somewhere here we will find 1.96. Here after 2, somewhere we will find, before 2, somewhere we will find 1.96, which is marked both side. The red shaded area is the rejection region in the both side. Now I will plot our tested value into this graph. Our tested value is 2.23, which means this tested value will fall here somewhere within the rejection region here. Since our tested value is positive, we will plot this in the right side of the graph. So it is clearly showing that our tested value is falling within the rejection region. Since our tested value is greater than critical value, we have to reject the null hypothesis. We can also take decision based on the p-value by comparing with alpha. That's alpha in this example is 5%, 0.05. Compare p-value with alpha. Our alpha is 0.05 and our p-value is 0.0258, which means our p-value is lesser than alpha significance value. Since it is lesser than significance level, we have to reject this null hypothesis. Based on decision, we can also take decision based on p-value. Always our p-value must be greater than alpha to accept the null hypothesis. In this case, our alpha is greater than p-value. So we have to reject the null hypothesis. So the critical values for two-tailed test at 5% level of alpha is 1.96. Since our calculated value of z test statistics 2.23 is a greater than critical value, that is a plus or minus 1.96. That means it lies in the rejection region. So we will reject the null hypothesis. So this is how we will test the hypothesis for z test when the standard deviation of both population are unknown. Please subscribe to my Vision Academy YouTube channel for further more videos relating to statistics.